Glad to see you made it today. We were getting ready to cut from the hut. We didn't know if you're gonna make it with us or not. It was a close one. We're getting ready to leave. Guess what we're getting ready to do today? We're gonna get our Caverns on. That's right. KV and I go way back. Child of the 70s. KV and I were tight. He started hanging with this chick gang, the Teen Angels. They were a little rough for me, so I started hanging around KV's cousin, Hong Kong Phooey. It was between Hong Kong Phooey, Grape Ape, and I. We were a trio here in the area. Got in a lot of trouble, but we were good kids. Outside of that, I appreciate you tuning in today. Click, like, subscribe, help us with the channel. Listen, we're a freestyle family. My armchair adventures, I appreciate you being here. Let's get it on. Here's Mama. Beautiful day out. Good hobby, the requirement of a stupid looking hat is needed for you to be effective at that hobby. It's this hat here. We're about 2 hours in. We're in about a little bit south of Perry, Florida, on US 19, heading up the nature coast of Florida. And I tell you what, if you want to know what it looks like from Crystal River to Tallahassee, it all looks the same. Road, trees. And I'm driving along. You ever wonder why moment? You know, I'm driving along and I'm thinking to myself, and my mind's going 1,000 miles an hour, but really I only have the capacity to possibly make the speed limit. But inevitably, I'm having you ever wonder why? And you have these TV shows you watch, and you watch these, the paranormal investigators, right? And they've got all these burpathons, the fart meters, and all these things that try to determine if there's paranormal activity. And it's all they long to do. And as soon as something makes a noise, they all scream like school kids in the boogeyman. It doesn't make sense to me, all right? And they run, or the best are the amateur paranormal investigators will have a flashlight and a cell phone, and they actually see a shadow figure. Now, you would think they would run over to it and really get good evidence of it. No. They'll get like a little clip, and they run like sissies. But that's the reason they're there. It doesn't make sense to me, with the exception of two people. And there was a show on years ago, I think it was called The Ghost Hunters, the two plumbers from Roto-Rooter. I think the one guy's name was Grant, and I can't remember the other guy, the bald guy's name. And they're the only ones that wasn't over theatrical with their reactions. They were calm. They would hear something, they'd acknowledge it, they'd walk to it. Big up to those two. They were real. But the rest of them, you ever wonder why? Like I said, straight road, trees on each side. It's been this way for a long time. You know what? I'll take it any day over traffic and congestion. This is actually enjoyable. We made it to Florida Caverns State Park, and you know what? It's not the biggest campground. There's only 32 sites total. It's spotless clean, and we've got plenty of area around each other. There's not any trees really in between the campsites. Open, clean, orderly, and it was worth the trip. Man, the weather's great. I tell you what, we're up near the Georgia border, and the humidity level is like next to nothing comparison down to at the house, Weeki Wachee. We're getting ready to leave. The caves are closed today, and they're going to have tours tomorrow. Tomorrow being a Thursday. They're closed on Wednesdays, and I think Tuesdays as well. But we're getting ready to go get our Lance Armstrong on. We got our bicycles here. We're going to go hit the trails and see what kind of trouble we can get into. Let's go see what we can find out. Apparently up this area up here, there's an area for horses, equestrian. You can bring your horses in. There's all kinds of trails through the woods. And there's actually a primitive camping site up here just for the equestrian folks. Well, we made it down to the swimming hole here at the park, and you can see water's not real clear, not real sure. I'm assuming there's a spring under here somewhere, but I don't know if it's all mixed up from all of the storms that we had in the area. Me and Mama getting at it, getting our Lance Armstrong on, and we're gonna head that way now. We're gonna kind of go around, see what else is out here. Look at some nature. You don't have to tell us twice. Nope, we're not swimming in that. You know what a lot of people don't really understand is the magnitude of destruction a hurricane does when it comes to an area. Long-term effect. Now, it isn't just houses being knocked down and such. You're talking about all the tops of these trees being knocked off, and they'll be like this forever. It's going to take years and years, a lifetime, for these things to decay and drop, and it'll look like this for a long time. You can see all the tops of the trees are gone. Not all of them, but the majority of them, after the hurricanes come through, and it just makes a mess. Again, you see all the top of the trees are gone. Now you can see where the trees fell over. How many trees actually comes down? Well, it's a countless trees. You can look up this creek bed. You're not going to take any kind of vessel up here anytime soon, even a kayak. It's pretty choked out. We're at Sinkhole Trail. We're getting ready to go in the backwoods. We're going to get our mountain bike on. Mama says she's not into getting too crazy back here on the rough terrain, but this Big Rob, the 21 speed. Let's see what can happen. Let's see if we can't see some animals back here. This is about 1.25 miles long. Shouldn't be too bad. Looks like it's got grass over it. Hopefully it won't be too bad. So let's see what happens. Oh my God, I'm whooped. Don't judge. I'm old. Whew, that wore me out. Everybody, it's a Thursday morning, so that means the caverns are open today. We got Big Black, we got the SS Also Small on top, getting ready to go down and get our underground on. And so we're gonna go now. It looks like it's open. The building's it's an old building over there. Marianne's got her witchcraft on, that way she can keep the voodoo away. Going underground with the bats and everything coming around you. So we're gonna go under, we're gonna see what's it about. And it's pretty wild looking. The building looks old. The building looks really old, but let's go get it on. That's it. It's a beautiful, beautiful walkway up there. Nice and cool. Temperature's good up here today. It's about 65 degrees. And October 14th. And let's head on up. We made it out alive. I had enough of that, man. I'm claustrophobic, to be honest with you. And when everything was good until they turned the lights off and it was like dark. And it's like, I started breathing. I'm like, oh my God, I need breath. I need air. I need air. But we're out. We made it alive. Whoop, whoop. We're getting ready to wrap it up here in Florida Caverns State Park. We're not going to go back to the hut, but we are going to do is we're going to go ahead. We're going to head to our next adventure. And tune in for the next episode. We're going to go to the Florida State Park at Silver Springs. I guess the state of Florida picked it up and redid it. They got a beautiful campground there as well. We're going to go kick it. We're going to see what it's all about. I appreciate every one of you tuning in. My armchair adventurers, my freestyle family. Click, like, share, subscribe, and I appreciate y'all being here. See you next episode. This episode we're going to talk about the perfectionists. Who are they? Who is he? Who is she? How did they get that way? You know what? As perfect as they may seem in their actions and what they do, but to themselves, they never find it perfect. They feel it's never completed. They've never reached it. They've never made success. When's enough is enough? They don't know. And that all starts out when they're kids. They were never told when they did something well, you did a great job. Good job getting that done. You did a great job. Give them a self of accomplishment and achievement. Create opportunities for achievement. Because that way they don't spend their entire life looking for that a boy or that a girl that never comes, and they never think it's good enough.